Darkroom is an alternative to Adobe Lightroom that runs on the iPhone, iPad, and Mac, and they just put out a great update this week. Hi everybody, welcome back to A Better Computer. My name is Matt, and this is episode 3 of the Changelog. The Changelog is a series I'm doing where I go over updates to some of my favorite apps, so you have an idea of what's new in the best software out there. This week's update to Darkroom added some features that I think are really useful for people like me who take lots of photos, want to filter down to just the best, and then bulk update those photos with the same edits or whatever we want to do, bulk export. Those sorts of things are all easier with this update. So I'm going to take a few photos of my desk and then we'll take a look at the new features. So now that the photos are taken, I like to go through them on my iPhone and see which ones I like, which ones I don't. I think it's a good device for doing that. And then I'll take them to my iPad or my Mac where I have a bigger screen and I can actually make the edits to them. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the first photo, and then I'm just going to swipe over here on the bottom bar and I can see flag and reject as options. And so this one I kind of like, so I'll flag it. This one isn't quite right, so I'll reject. That one's pretty decent too. Cool, and I've gotten to the end of my list, so it stops forwarding, but it really lets you go through them really quickly. It auto advances to the next one once you flag it or reject it. And so now I can go back to my main screen. You can see the ones that are X'd out that I have rejected. So all the ones that are available are the ones that I selected that I want to keep making changes to. One of the really nice things about this is that if I switch over to the Apple Photos app, you see this Darkroom album here. And so from here, I have all photos that I flagged or rejected from Darkroom, and then they're separated into rejected and flagged. And so these are the 4 that I flagged in Darkroom. So even if I'm not using Darkroom to make my edits later, it's synced over to the Photos app, so I can just look at photos that are flagged and then make my edits from whatever app that I'd like. So that's really nice. All the rejected ones, of course, are in there too. So let's switch over to the iPad and I can show you the one other thing that's really exciting about this update. Okay, so now we're here on the iPad. You can see all of my changes were synced over. And let me just go into this first photo and I'm going to make a few changes. It's a large file, so it's going to take a second to load in. But yeah, let me boost the exposure a bit, lower the brightness, lower a couple of the shadows. I kind of like that. Let's add a little sharpness. The changes don't really matter. Let me make sure you can see it. So let me just crank up the saturation. So you can definitely see some changes here. And so what I can do is I can just go here, I can copy the edits, and then I want to bulk edit some of these photos, right? And so previously you'd have to go into batch and then kind of choose them. They've made it easier to select photos. So all you have to do is swipe left or swipe right on any photo in this library view, and it will start selecting all of those right away for you. So I'm going to clear this selection. I'm going to select these, and there we go. That's actually all of them. I'll do those. And then I can paste the settings, and so it's pasting across all of those images right now. So super simple, super easy to get into this bulk editing mode, which is a nice improvement, again, over what Darkroom already did, which was already a fantastic app. And yeah, these changes just make it more useful.